strategies. You oppress, whoa, every part of me. What you don't know, you're a victim to Mr. Jailer. You don't care about my point of view. If I die, another will work for you. So you treat me like a modern slave, Mr. Jailer. I'm talking to you, Jailer.
Yeah, the track called Jailer. Yeah, the sound of Asha, a young daughter from out of Nigeria. Yeah.
Be the first to cast the stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer.
Word, sound, and power coming through the Aquaben sound.
You see, if you walking in the marketplace, down throw stones. Even if you do, you just might hit one of your own. Life is not about your policies all the time, so you better rearrange your philosophies. I'm in chains, you're in chains too. Our uniforms and you are uniforms too. I'm a prisoner, you're a prisoner too, Mr. Jailer. Oh, I have fears, you have fears too. I'll die, but you self will die too. Life is beautiful, don't you think so too, Mr. Jailer? I'm talking to you, Jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let him is 1,000 be the first to cast the stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer, man. You suppress all my strategies. You oppress, whoa, every part of me. What you don't know, you're a victim to Mr. Jailer. Oh, you don't care about my point of view. If I die, another will work for you. So you treat me like a modern slave, Mr. Jailer.
Right.
I'm talking to you, Jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let him is 1,000 be the first to cast the stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer. You see, if you walking in the marketplace, down throw stones. Even if you do, you just might hit one of your own. Life is not about your policies all the time, so you better rearrange your philosophies. I'm going to your fellow man. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let him is 1,000 be the first that cast the stone, Mr. Jailer.
Yes, we give thanks and we say welcome once again to Family Day OWANBE. 2019. Family Day OWANBE is a special day. Well, it is a special event and a very special day. Family Day OWANBE happens this June 16th. And it's happening commemorating June 16, 1976, the massacre of nearly 1,000 school children and the wounding of 4,000 plus more in apartheid South Africa in 1976. An atrocity that we must never forget, because if we do, we may find ourselves in the tendency for it to happen again. And it may not be apartheid South Africa, but it will happen in Jamaica too. We also commemorate on this day the Earth Strong, or the Earth Date of Father Leonard P. Howell, considered as one of the first advocates of a liberated way of life for African people in the West, bringing forth the inspiration and the powers from the East, highlighting to our people the strength of the King, our King, that has emanated, and the fact that we need to move to that to find the empowerment to liberate ourselves out of this colonial system. We cannot forget the efforts of Leonard P. Howell and how he suffered to get this message through to us. Leonard P. Howell invested himself, his personal resources, to establish free communities for our people. And the pay he got for that was persecution, persecution, more persecution. We cannot allow the same thing that has happened from the 1920s through the 1940s, through the 1950s, toned down in the 1970s. But we are still here. And most of our people are still suffering from the same maladies that we have inherited. You know, the psychic trauma coming out of slavery and colonialism. We do these things to remind ourselves and to empower ourselves to stand up and be strengthened so we can establish a stronger future for the same little ones you see run up and down here. It is fitting that we do it on this day because we are looking at the youth, and we are starting with an atrocity suffered by children. We are looking at options that were presented for a better life by a working adult, a productive soldier, right? And then we're talking about bringing those two things together to make sure, say, we put ourselves on a more productive path of life. So, Family Day OWANBE, this is what is happening. Now, some of the features happening throughout the day are tents, activity tents, highlighting the creative works of youth, and even not so much youth. But we have health checks. We have a doctor in the house if you want to just take a quick checkup on yourself. We have the RBPA tent, which informs you about the works and the projects of the Rastafari Business and Professional Association, which has been active since 2007. We're talking about, we will have a little glimpse into the night sky if it remains clear a little more. We get a chance to look through a telescope and the full moon. A sight to behold for those of us who never experienced that yet. We have chess, see the chess tent right there, and the very bright ones are at it, going at each other. Halls of Learning is a group that taught robotics, the science of robotics, building robots and operating robots to our youth, exposing it to inner city youth and other youth to get them to minimize the fear of maths and science in their life, because these are two great disciplines that we also, ancestrally, it has always been a part of us. And in this time, we will also ensure that our youth feel comfortable with it. But they had to go earlier, but we give thanks for their time here at that time. We have Bobo Julius with his craft. We have Matthew and his crystal box Check out Matthew, very interesting things. Baruch with crafts, give thanks. These craft we're talking about is craft made from natural materials, what we have available, what we can easily acquire, authentic materials. Check out the brethren them and support them. Short Yard, very beautiful work right here so before me. Yeah. Patrick Lee, is Patrick Lee in the house? Maybe not, but ceramics and jewelry, that's his thing. iNation, books and accessories. We know iNation, you know. And iNation, you know, him dead everywhere. iNation dead everywhere and make sure say we can't have the excuse to talk about we not have the books. And just like how Patriarchs go give you a history about Rastafari involvement in sports coming through, we will also acknowledge the presence of Brother Miguel Lan and Head Start Books and Crafts, the precursor of African books, to enlighten our people and bring us and help us to stay in at the next levels. So we give thanks, Brother Miggs, in the house. We have food and drink provided by 7 Basics and House of Dread around the side. So at this moment, we're going to go in the history class. Bertie. All right. Coach, who can assist? Assist Bertie. Coach, assist the elder to move this way. Yes, I. No, we are going to use this. Yes, I. Yeah, all right. Step down. Beautiful. Bingistra, we're there for and we give thanks. But I'm going to ask the Imple them for one indulgence. You see, in a little while, I just ask them for quietly just use up a space down here so and leave a space down there so. Because when the coach them done the match, them is going to come and encircle the teacher. Because what the teacher talk about really have to do with them. So, I just ask them to do that. Can load the chair them same way and so on. We get some of that chair and we sit in another space. So when the coach them done play, them come sit in around the teacher. Love? Eyes is eye. Yes, I. So, well, I'm kind of ready and excited for this, you know, because this is history. This is a history lesson. And you know, it is a very sharp history lesson. My name is not going to run up my mouth no more, you know. Father Bertie, you ready? All right, fire. One more queen. Technician, or a film thing that you have set up. All right. Yes, I. Akoben, give us some sound till we're ready there. One thing also remind us, you know, one of the things that the RBPA, the Rastafari Business and Professional Association, and the CF Lifeline Foundation does and has been doing for many years, is trying to establish a health and welfare program to support the community. First the Rastafari community, but the whole community. Because if you don't take care of your own, who you expect to do it for you? So we still have to ask that ones and ones who are able to put a contribution to the box, put an attribution in there and hold your creed tag. Because all that you give to this effort goes toward the fulfillment of the creed. And it is very much needed amongst I and I. So we ask them for, once you realize you are in the position and the situation to do it, put a strength to the thing. Love I. Connie. Yeah, music too. That ready? The mic ready for Perty? Now I get an answer from a technical man. The mic them want if it ready for him. Yeah, but me no want to hold it now. All right.
Blaze.
It's a stream live, you know, but you see me, you know. It's all right. So, make we welcome Rasperty, Gary Williams, Rastafari, era man, who can tell we all about how we come from Deso in the 60s to Yasso in 2019 and still a chant Rastafari and still a advance the progressive works of Rastafari. Rasperty, tell him for me now, please.
Greetings. In the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscience, super magnificent one. Respectfully, because today is a day where it's a multifaceted day. It's Father's Day. It's also Leonard Howell's birthday. And it's also a day where, respectfully, we will have just a moment of silence to pay respect to the hundreds of lives lost by our brothers and sisters in South Africa. Because of what? Because we refuse to be what you want us to be. We are what we are. That's the way we're going to stay. We only want to be free. That was a cry of all the people who were massacred in South Africa. I will now, after we have paid respects, by a moment of silence, we will carry on. Blessed love. This is also the birthday of Leonard P. Howell, who is acclaimed as the first Rastafari. His birthday falls on Father's Day. So we will take a slight tangent to pay respect and honor to all of the fathers, both on the compound in Jamaica and internationally. And while I do that, without hesitation, we pay full respect to the love and commitment of the empresses that laid their lives on the line to make us fathers. So today, even though it's Father's Day, we still remember the empresses with honor. We have a soft spot for all the empresses in our heart. On this road, they have been more than helpful to us in sustaining our life. Leonard P. Howell was sent to prison for declaring one thing, that Haile Selassie is divine. And because he said that, he was charged with sedition, sent to prison, sent to the madhouse several times. He's the most highly incarcerated person in Jamaican history, consecutively, just because of exercising something to which to this day we cannot understand. How do you have the right of choice, the right of worship, freedom of speech, and yet when I exercise it, you send me to prison. If he had the right of choice of worship, who should punish him for saying Haile Selassie is divine? Well, if that be the case, we also should be punished, because that is what we say. Haile Selassie I is divine. Over the years, it was easy to persecute Leonard Howell because he was one amongst many. With the advent of Emperor Haile Selassie visiting this island in 1966, the light of his countenance shone upon us, and Rastafari sprang like thousands of our own testimony. We can say we were teenagers at that time. And when the light of the King shone upon us, by 1969, we are dreadlock Rastafari. But we had no place to go. In Jamaica, as a dreadlock, you cannot work, you cannot steal, and you cannot beg. So how did the Rastaman survive? The great self-reliant spirit of Rastafari exhibited itself, and Rastafari indulged and participated in all manner of trades, making clothes, making shoes, making hats, building houses, building furniture, anything possible. And believe you me, like true sons of the King, they had a love of high quality. Anything produced by Rastafari was of very high quality. How does that reflect on House of Dread? This little area of Franklin Town produced some of the greatest footballers ever to walk in Jamaica. This little area of Franklin Town. And this little spot, House of Dread, was where all of these people, having no place to play, would come here to exercise their ability. So on any given day, especially a Saturday or a Sunday, you would see 40, 50, 60 youngsters here all waiting to play football. Sometimes the numbers are so big that the games have to be played across the field. 10 against 10, 10 against 10, 10 against 10, and the winner round robin. The point I'm making, in Franklin Town, you had more than 50 people who represented at the highest level in Jamaica, Division 1 and the national squad. But the Rastafari could not participate. So here, right here where we are, House of Dread participated with these brethren. And even though they were not Rastafari, they were our schoolmates and our brethren, and we shared a common bond. The high excellence of their ability made it very competitive. House of Dread, we did what nobody knows about. We established the first cannabis cup in Jamaica. How? House of Dread plays Rollington Town, and the prize is 2 pounds of herb. House of Dread plays Nannyville, it's 3 pounds of herb. House of Dread plays spoilers, £2 of herb, only to the winner. The loser gets nothing. Yeah, so you had to play your best. But you know, when we won, we did embrace those who did not win, and we all celebrated together. After our group of youths started putting it properly to the rest of the areas, and we can speak positively, we defeated every area that you can think of. Because of that high quality, we drew attraction from all the players who were of a high level wanting to play at House of Dread. So we can call names. Devon Lewis from Boys Town, Owen Stewart, the great Benjamin Hines, Allo Campbell, the great Alvin McLean, Seymour Roach, and General Lenke. All these are famous names. But yet, we can claim to have had amongst us who I unreservedly say was the best player ever produced by Jamaica, Alan Skill Cole. He was our number one forward, but not to look ridiculous, but the standard was so high that if he came here late while a match was in progress, you would not know who to take off to put him on. On more than one occasion, he had to wait a long time to get a knock. So, why do we mention him? Brazil does not import footballers, but they imported Alan Skill Cole. And he is the only person of Jamaican nationality who rose to be a captain and a coach of another nation, Ethiopia. Lots of people don't know that. Now, our rivalry as Rastafari, especially with the JDF and the Jamaica Constabulary Force over here, several times drew thousands of people. At all times when our matches are played, the sidelines are filled. Our supporters in Franklin Town never, ever, ever expected or wanted to see us lose a match. We never used to lose matches. They always expected a very high level of expertise, and they always did get that. Just to make a little reference, on one occasion, playing the Jamaican Defense Force, they are 2-love up with 7 minutes to go. And it looked so bad that some of our supporters started going home. 5 minutes to go, and the great Owen Stewart put one into the net. And the celebration was enough to cause the people to turn back. The second goal was scored by the great Alan Cole from the corner flag, kicking the ball straight into the goal from the corner post. The third goal was scored by Norman Thompson, called Guto, who promptly did the same thing over on that side, kicking the ball from the corner flag straight into the net. Now, those are not ordinary exhibitions of talent. And our talent carried us all island-wide. But apart from football, we also noticed the great hypocrisy in the system that governed us. We have the right of choice. We have the right of worship. And these things were denied us. Now, according to the law passed in Jamaica, Rastafari now has exemption for possessing instruments to observe his faith, like a chalice, and like herb, and like drums. But I remind you, in 1964, it was 3 years for a spliff, no argument, no fine. It was 7 years for a chalice. If you are caught twice, your penalty increases. Several times, we cried in our hearts to know that a brethren would have been here with us today, simply went to buy a draw of herb, and he got 3 years in prison. His wife wouldn't see him again for 3 years, nor his children. The atrocities that Rastafari had to face were mind-boggling. In 1975, I just saw my good brethren Profi drive in, and he can testify, like I can, to see 3 van load of locks, not dreadlock people, 3 van load of locks alone at St. Thomas, Wheelerfield. In Jamaica, you didn't need to commit a crime. You just had to be Rastafari. You didn't have to do anything. And as a result of that, remember we had a prime minister. Yeah. We had a prime minister who swore that if I don't kill ganja and Rasta, God blind me. Well, God did grant him his favor. I am speaking of Alexander Bustamante. Yeah. And without hesitation, it may sound overly critical, but I do not see how you can be a national hero to carry out genocide on part of the population that you don't like. This was the arena that Rastafari used to live in. Try your very best after 6 o'clock, when those bright lights of the Jeeps turn, try not to be caught in those lights. I hear people say that herb camps were a place of relative safety. You would not like to be there when the Jeeps draw up. You would not like to be there. Several people were shot Yeah. Several people died as a result of herb. No other crime, herb. And when you look at what Rastafari children were forced to face, you couldn't send your son to school or your daughter. It took a court case in 1983 to guarantee that dreadlocks children could go to school. There were isolated cases where dreadlock children went to school, but not on a general approach. You will notice that as soon as the academic door was opened for Rastafari, how many graduates you have from the university with MBA, PhD, yeah, because the talents of Rastafari were just being allowed to be exhibited. Now, when you look, Rastafari has voices that command respect in economics, in history, in politics, in planning, and these voices are raised pointing to the several negative aspects of our country's administration. Rastafari lived through tremendous persecution. In 1977, 78, 79, dreadlocks people filled the morgue. That was the year when the Jamaica Labour Party was in campaign for the 1980 election. The most amount of dreadlocks, Rastafari, died during that time. We are very mindful of the protection and the blessing given to us by Emperor Haile Selassie, who, first of all, granted us the legacy of Haile Selassie High School. And if you were to observe your Loop News yesterday, you would have seen a monument placed at the Haile Selassie School in honor of the gift given by the King of Kings and unveiled by his grandson. At the bottom of that monument, you will see donated with pleasure by the House of Dread. So, our works not only were in football, for the last 45 years, we have been observing strictly a nutrition code which allows for the preparation of food without salt. Which means if somebody else was using salt to satisfy the taste that the people have, we would not. Our food has remained idle from that time until this time. So now, the doctors are the ones who are telling the people, hey, you have diabetes? Go where they don't cook with salt. You have high blood pressure? Go where they don't cook salt. I know a place, go there. Eat like how the Rastafari eat. Yeah. For personally, if they were observant of what advice we gave, you would not have so much hypertension, so much high cholesterol, so much diabetes, and all these maladies which the current physicians tell you come from the bad things that you put in your body. House of Dread has for many years been advocates of a clean lifestyle, a pure lifestyle, and a clean heart and mind, especially with the main thing called love. Now, you can easily well just love who loves you. But what type of love do you have if you only love who loves you? What kind of test is that? Your love is truly tested when you can extend love to those who don't love you. Very hard. Not so easy. But it's the highest extension of love. So we don't love by color or the size of your wallet or your country or your possession. We love because love is good and love is clean and embraces all things. So we used to welcome people who some would say, but that doesn't match, because believe it or not, after the House of Dread and JDF match in camp, soldiers used to jump the fence at night to come and smoke chalice with us. They used to jump over the JDF wall to come here to smoke herb in the bush. Then they used to leave camp to come and play here with us, because nowhere else could you find such a high level. And they all loved it. They also got to know our principle of life. When you hear people say equality and justice, honor, integrity, you wonder, are those just words, or do people live by these things? Because when you look nowadays, it's easy to be a lipticus, which means to throw off of your mouth all of the words that are politically correct. But do you live by that code? Which is the key thing that Rastafari has to offer. Rastafari is above religion. Rastafari is above religion. Rastafari exposes spirituality. And that spirituality encompasses all nations, all ages. That is what spirituality does. And we have learned over the years to pay respect to all the things that are good and honorable and true. Now, when I see all these young fire soldiers just coming in, I am very pleased, because we are always concerned about the generation which is to come. Yeah. These young soldiers, normally, House of Dread children should be here to play these. However, because of economic persecution, most of our children now live overseas. However, all children are our children. Yeah, every youth is our youth. Every old lady is our mother. Every old man is our father. So it's easy for us to absorb with love all of these youths here and to take pleasure in what they do and how they look. And it is our firm desire that they should get to know the truth, that it is how you live, not the length of your locks. My locks touch the ground and come right up the back to my shoulder, but that is nothing. It's not the length of your locks. Yeah. It is how you live. Yeah. I would prefer to be with someone speaking the truth, honestly, with integrity and love, than to be speaking with somebody whose locks touch the ground, but I can't trust what he says. Yeah. I can't do that. So our heart of love is for everyone. You will see how we greet warmly our brothers and sisters who are Rastafari. Oh yeah. God, that love is special. There's no doubt about that. But remember this, to every one of you who are not dreadlock, we love you to the bone. When we look at you, we see what we were. And now, we look at you and see what we would love you to be. Most important, do not create bad memories in your life by doing things which you will not be able to sleep in peace. Make certain you have a code of life, a code of liberty that keeps you pure. It is not hard. Just say to yourself, or you always say, where two or three are gathered, he is also there. So, why can't you behave as if the King of Kings is with you constantly? How would you behave in front of your father? Would you be at your brethren's throat? Would you be quarreling with him? No, you wouldn't. Not in the presence of your father. But because you do not see Haile Selassie in front of you, you feel you are not obligated to do that. Well, let me inform you about some. Babylon distributed tons of leaflets in 1940 saying, Haile Selassie is dead, by airplane throughout Ethiopia, because they couldn't go through the country. Okay. 1970s again, you hear them, Rastafari and God dead. Okay. And you heard Bob Marley. But here's what I'm telling you. I am a soldier in the army of Emperor Haile Selassie. I take only commands from him, and he gives me them regularly. Now, put that aside. There has been what you call Haile Selassie sightings, which means people reporting that they have seen Emperor Haile Selassie. We have heard testimonies from 2 Indian gurus that said, we don't know where you get your news from, but I have 2 live interviews with Emperor Haile Selassie in 1982. So I said, hold on there, hold on there, hold on there. Something wrong. Then we start hearing of Haile Selassie sightings in Ethiopia. You want to hear a great one? All right. 2004, my brethren Errol MacDonald called Shakula. His wife is in Ethiopia. He had just returned to Jamaica, as he regularly does. And his wife called him and said, I can't go home. So he says, what do you mean you can't go home? I am in a traffic jam now for 3.5 hours. And I am near home and I can't go there. He says to her, but your house is at the foot of the hill that goes up to the palace. Can't you use the back road and go a few more miles and go around? She said, no sense. I cannot even try that. On that road, there are more than 100 ambulances and several tanks. Tanks? Why are there tanks? She said, well, Haile Selassie was seen inside of his palace, walking up and down. The first man that saw him dropped down and died. That is why the ambulance. And several other people started dropping down like mosquito. That is not once, several times. But this world has, and by the way, these were reported not by English newspapers, but by the Ethiopian Herald in America. Now, the government that persecuted the emperor have no desire to establish the monarchy or to speak the truth concerning Emperor Haile Selassie. No desire. So they try to remove all vestiges that would remind you of His Imperial Majesty. So you have a group or you have a section of the population, say born in 1976, they would now be 43. And those people would not have known anything about the king. Because those histories are hidden. It is our duty to make certain that the knowledge that we have is transmitted to those around us and to our children, and to make certain that everyone receives the benefit of this knowledge. Now, to go back again, the House of Dread. When I look, the House of Dread built that building and that building. And now, what is the House of Dread engaged in? Something that I think will be very, very important to Jamaican people, which is cannabis research. Within the next 18 months, I can guarantee you, you will hear a lot of publicity concerning the work done by members of the House of Dread to create and to bring into manifestation formulas and nutraceuticals that can be of immense use to our population. Now, it is sad to say that on a truthful examination, this society has made certain to stagnate, stall, block in every possible way the progress that Rastafari should really be engaged in. Of course, you now have Rastafari members on the Reparations Council. I know. Right? Yeah. I have been advised to reschedule my arrangement. So, we will say this. Rastafari must work onward positively without any reservation as to what the outcome may be. Because look at it. And several times in 1936-39, we were always outnumbered, outgunned, out ammunition, out everything. And we still won. We still won. So, Rastafari seems to be blessed with the power to overcome the greatest adversity under all manners of pressure. Now, today I understand that honor is to be done by virtue of an award to someone who I will repeat, in my opinion, a qualified opinion, is the greatest footballer ever to be produced by Jamaica. That footballer is Alan Skill Cole. There is an award here to be presented by the RBPA in the personality of Rasimo and the Iritical Coach to make mention and to take heed of a lifetime of excellence in sport. It is with great pleasure that we add our personal commendation of the highest regard to this sportsman of the highest caliber. I will not hesitate to ask Alan Skill Cole to present himself on the podium so that this award can be presented to him. I do not see the venerable gentleman. Alan! Yeah. Well, don't watch that little limp. Don't watch that little limp, you know. Because even with the limp, it can walk treads round you. Yeah. Yeah.
Give thanks. You know, the Country Farmers Lifeline and the RBPA came around here in 1997. And since we have been here, Skill has been a part of this family. Sharing him his strength, his wisdom, his skills, and his advice very openly. And as we observe what has happened over the years, it's a personal feeling for us that Skill have been relatively overlooked in Jamaica. Perty says spitefully overlooked in Jamaica. And we'll say that too. But Skill is Rastafari. So do we follow Jamaica and do that? No. Couldn't do that. So we have been observing it over the years, Maestro, and though we never say nothing yet, it then at the heart, I will know say at a point in time, we are going to present it, you know? Now, the history of Skill and a lot of the things that Skill has done. We have a presentation we want to make to Skill. We never get to really finish it in time, so that will come. But at the same time, we want to say, on behalf of the heretical Kush family, which is the descendants of House of Dread, that they have set a levels and a standards that is there to emulate for all time. You know, and to this day, Skill, Perty said a while ago, now watch your limp, you know, because he must still work things, round things. And it is good, it is an inspiration that an ample, having gone through and is of this age and stage, still carry himself in such a way, you know. And we give thanks for that to Skill. Skill has been part of the 7 Basics family for quite a while. So we also want to especially hail him up and say, give thanks for that, because we can always say, yeah man, I saw Skill do him thing. I saw Skill get him food. You know, so Empress, you ready with that thing there? Empress? Coach, just check Empress for me for something. Check Empress for something. Skill, it is evident, you know. It is evident how I and I, how ones and ones feel about the eye, you know. The eye, you feel for say anything?
Well, give thanks. You know, you have to, I am really honored today because, you know, if we don't respect and honor our brothers and our sisters who have gone through the struggle, then it don't make no sense. Because Babylon really don't like to honor the true soldiers. And it's hard for me to say, but it's true. If you look around and you observe what's taking place, you realize that if you don't bend and you don't about the certain activities, you don't get you in this place. Whereas if you carry the type of philosophy that we embark throughout our lifetime, you know, it's I remember before we got independence, there was a thing out there that said that the forces be that enslave our people, said that although we're getting our independence, the most, let me say it in my word, the most dangerous opposition to the system would be the Gaviites and the upcoming Rastafarians. And because of that, that type of stigma has still been around our people from that time until now. Although they try to say that those days are over. Yeah, you know, we break a lot of barriers and we achieve a lot of things, but when we check the truth, the reality, I think it's farce, because if you look at what is happening in the education, for the past over 30 years now, they say they're going to implement the teaching of Marcus Garvey in our institutions. And, you know, both our, what they call our government, consecutive governments, they only talk and they have failed to put that into reality. So you understand the system what we're living in. It's just a reality. So you can't take those things and just see what is happening. Marcus Garvey should be taught in school from years now. And we hear them talking about it for over 30 odd years and all know. So we don't want to really talk all night, but there's only to say, to look at how they deal with the thing. When you stand up and deal with the struggle, and you don't adhere to certain things, expect certain things too. So it does go. When you stand up and decide to take out the struggle, expect anything. So to me, it's really nothing. So I'm really honored today. Really give thanks to the brethren them and the sister in them for this award. And the struggle continues the same way. You know, we still live on the earth and we have to respect each other. Give thanks to everyone. And give thanks to the people who continue the struggle because, as I said, plenty of the brethren and sisters them, after a while, when some of the men become a little bit more, as I was telling some of the brethren them early on, them get a little bit stronger economically. Them forget about the struggle and them deviate. And that is what is caused. Well, that's one of our biggest problems that confronting our people. Because Babylon throws something in your face and you gravitate it. We don't mind that. Man must have material things. You see, we don't fight that. But a man must understand the next part of the thing that when you take up the struggle, you must defend the struggle. And although you get certain things, it's give thanks to it, but don't give up the struggle. Because the struggle is more important than anything else. You know, for these few words, I'm going to give thanks because I really don't want to go all night because I can't go all night and we don't want to step upon a body can, you know. So I'm going to give thanks and love. Love in the house. Give thanks to the brethren. Give thanks to the support. Hope say we get bigger and bigger because we don't can get stronger. We need a Rasta bank, though, you know, tell you the truth. Brethren, we need a Rasta bank. Yeah. Rasta man, they must come together and make a farm a bank. And put all their money in the bank because they put the money in a Babylon bank and it go to other things. They're not help the people them, not helping us. So that would be great for you, say. We have a Rasta bank. Don't call it Rasta bank, they will fight the Rasta. But the people, yeah, something like that. But that would be really great if those who are thinking put that on the table. That would be great for our people because we can make progress if we can control our own money. So I give Babylon the money for spending for we and invest it for we. They invest it and when you want to borrow, them kill you. So we don't have much to say about certainty, but give thanks.
Yes. A keynote was skill seal up on, you know. Two things. The king did tell us already, you know. Say if one African no free, none of we can talk about we free. So a loot a continue and we need to take things to another level. It's not just some emotional things and we go through some feelings and we have a nice time. We have to start institutionalize and structure livity in such a way that we can build and grow with it. Production and good management is what move economy. It's not nice words, sweetly crafted. That's when we sit down and we are rest and we are cool off after work. But during work, the production where you put on and how you handle production, and how you structure your thing, how much thing you can save from what you produce and sell is what gives you the scope for build the economy. And that's skill I talk about. Give thanks to the maestro. They paved the way to a point and show we how to do it. Iritical coach, we are see it. Yeah, man, them man deal with it from them time there, you know. The man take all kind of judgment to make I still can come and say no, and I do this. And I are going to make sure so we take it to the next level, fulfilling what I am to say. There I seen? So give thanks to the moment. Skill. 7 basics, I give thanks, you know. Hold it strongly for you. When you go into that now, you're going to see all of the things that you love. See? And I give thanks, man, for being a part of this space and community for the last 21 years. Truly, truly give thanks. And we have also say, the heretical kush, we want a picture.
Yeah, before you move, we want a picture moment. Get around. Get around,
Yeah, make skill sit down. Yeah, man, this story I'm not going in, man. Make my stress sit down. Yeah, man, make my stress sit down. Empress, turn on the light, them outside or something. Yes, I give thanks. Eh? Yes, Rastafari, give thanks to the moment, you know. That is essential. That's very essential that we get to do this thing. And, you know, the history will continue to teach us. Don't avoid learning about your history. Take the time to hear it, take the time to study it and understand it. Because it's only so you're going to see clearly to move forward. And as we talk about moving forward, we have a couple things more to go through, and we're going to move it along in the space of time. The son of Father Howell, Billy Howell, Blade Howell is in the place. So we'll ask him in a little while to come forward and share some words with us. We give thanks for that. We also have the Patriarchs roll call. Is a very, very important aspect of today's activities. Now, when you would have come through to the front tent, you would have gotten a package that has in some slips of paper. I am asking each one to take the time to look at the paper and inscribe on it the name of patriarchs that have influenced and helped you to become who you are today. And take the slip forward to the desk so that we can engage in the Patriarchs roll call within a short time. So please, take it from the ones, if you had collected a program when you just came in, look forward into the program and you will see that slip of paper. Please inscribe on it. Think about it just for a minute and think about an ancient that resides in your life that have influenced your movements. And inscribe it on it. And when we come to a point, we will take that so we can heal up our ancestors and our patriarchs, the patriarch roll call. Now, what we want to get into is another feature activity that we had called the fashion walk. We're gonna do the fashion walk, which is the display of products made by a young man who is here. He's a self-trained tailor and designer and tailor. And he has produced some wares that will be modeled right now to show us what his skill is all about, but also to show us that we can get some nice products out of the OWANBE marketplace. So let me ask the ones for the fashion walk to prepare yourselves and come now. Let us do the walk. Who is going to... Yes, we're going to do that. But who's going to handle this? I know me, you know. So what are you?
Greetings, everyone. Greetings, everyone. No, man. Aile. Greetings. Rastafari. All right, so we're going straight into the program. Yomoja here, boy. It's been an excellent day. Excellent day. So I'm going to be having my host. I am the co-host. The one and only. We hear her basically every day on Roots FM 96.1. She'll be the host for the rest of the evening's proceedings. Boy, I see Bingis trying at the house. I see the groups in the house. I see Caleb. I see Rasaimo. I see, if you look by your program, all kind of things that happen. Boy, we have the youth's creativity to industry. We have Kwaba drummers. We have written. We have Imar Shepherd. We have a lot of talents in the house. But before we go any further, I just want you to help me make welcome Miss Denise Isis Miller. Big her up, no man. No. Hey, me not like them big up there. May I try again one more time. Denise Isis Miller, Empress. Yeah. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, we are doing one more time. Denise Isis Miller. Big her up. What may I tell you, sister lady? Yeah? Love her, you see? Love her. Come here, tell you something. She give a whole heap of people. You know them saying in Jamaica, some people don't give a bus. Some people give a car and bike.